Hi, Divine Souls. I'm truly grateful you're here with me in Oriah Divine Sanctuary, a space dedicated to healing, awareness, and spiritual alignment. If this video has appeared in your life today, trust that there may be a message here meant specifically for you. If the words shared here resonate with your spirit, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can continue building a community centered around truth, healing, and higher consciousness. Earlier today, during meditation, I allowed myself to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be present. And in that quiet space, I began to tune into the energetic frequency of the collective, sensing what many people may be navigating on their spiritual journeys right now. And from that awareness, this message emerged. One of the most painful parts of healing is realizing that not everyone will tell the truth about what happened. Sometimes people rewrite your story, they rewrite the relationship, they rewrite the conflict, they rewrite your role, and sometimes they rewrite their own behavior. This can happen in families, friendships, workplaces, romantic relationships, community groups. Almost anywhere people are trying to protect an image, avoid accountability, or preserve a particular narrative, you may hear things like, "That's not what happened. You're exaggerating. You're remembering it wrong. I never did that." Or perhaps they tell others a version of events that leaves out key facts while making themselves appear innocent. This can feel incredibly invalidating, especially when you've spent years trying to make sense of difficult experiences. Psychologically, people often rewrite stories to reduce internal discomfort. Admitting mistakes can create feelings of guilt, shame, regret, or responsibility, and not everyone has developed the emotional maturity to sit with those feelings. So instead of confronting reality, they reshape it, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously. This doesn't mean they're always lying intentionally. Human memory is imperfect. People naturally remember events differently, but there is a difference between normal differences in perspective and persistent distortion that consistently removes responsibility. That distinction matters because if you are not careful, someone else's narrative can make you question your own experiences. You may start doubting your memory, your instincts, your emotions, your reality. This is why self trust becomes essential during healing. You must learn to honor your experiences without becoming trapped in endless arguments about them. Spiritually, there is another lesson here. Not everyone who tells your story is qualified to define it. People often interpret your life through the lens of their own fears, biases, wounds, and motivations. Their version of you may reflect their perspective more than your reality. God's word says, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." John 8:32. Notice that the verse emphasizes truth, not popularity, not approval, not winning every debate. Truth. And one of the hardest lessons in life is accepting that some people may never fully acknowledge your truth. They may never validate your experience. They may never take responsibility for the role they played. That hurts, but your healing cannot depend on their agreement. So, what do you do when people try to rewrite your story? 1. Stay connected to reality. Keep a clear understanding of what you experienced. Don't allow repeated denial or distortion to erase your perspective. Trust the growth, lessons, and insights you've gained. 2. Stop arguing with people committed to their narrative. Some conversations lead to understanding, others become endless cycles. If someone is determined to protect a false narrative, no amount of explanation may change their position. Know when to disengage. 3. Let documentation and facts speak when necessary. In situations involving serious misunderstandings, legal matters, workplace conflicts, or public accusations, facts matter. Stay calm, organized, and focused on evidence rather than emotional battles. 4. Build your life instead of defending it. Many people lose years trying to correct every misconception. Your energy is valuable, invested in healing, purpose, growth, and peace. 5. Own your story. Your story includes your mistakes, your lessons, your resilience, and your growth. You don't need a perfect past to have a meaningful future, and you don't need everyone's approval to honor your journey. The most powerful thing you can do when people try to rewrite your story is refuse to hand them the pen. Let them have their version. You keep living yours, because healing is not about controlling every narrative. It's about becoming so grounded in truth that other people's distortions no longer determine how you see yourself. Your story belongs to you, your growth belongs to you, and no one else's version of events can take away the wisdom, strength, and healing you've earned along the way. Divine souls, thank you for stepping into Oriah Divine Sanctuary. This space exists to support your healing, elevate your awareness, and guide you through the sacred process of personal transformation. Here, you are safe to grow spiritually, emotionally, and authentically, and it is truly an honor to share this journey with you. Always remember, awareness begins the healing, but your transformation begins the moment you choose to honor your voice. Until we meet again, continue walking in truth, protecting your peace, and letting your divine light shine.